Hello, this is Amber with the A-Team at eXp. Today I'm going to go through our listing guide, which will give you a bird's eye view with a lot more detail of just what it looks like to work with us. So just to tell you a little bit about myself, I am Amber with the A-Team at eXp. I've been selling real estate here locally going on year 16. Overall, I've been selling real estate about 20 years. On average, I sell around 100 homes a year in my career. I'm coming up around the 2,000 mark. But I have a huge passion for helping sellers, just like you, get their home listed and sold. I did grow my business to the next level and do have a real estate team now. Mary Carol Adams is my director of operations. She helps me on the operations side of the business. Stephanie Allen is going to be somebody that you work with very closely. She's our transaction coordinator. She's going to assist us once we are under contract in the facilitation of just making sure that we do make it to closing, that you're communicated with on an ongoing basis. Every week she's going to let you know this is what we're working on, here's what we've completed, and here's what happens next. We do have a team of agents that work with us as well. I personally do not practice dual agency, which means you're always going to be represented exclusively by me. If there were ever a buyer to come to our property unrepresented by another agent, they're going to be referred to another agent. I'm not going to work with the buyer and the seller. So here at the A-Team, our mission is to empower others to live an abundant life by focusing on growth and deeply connected relationships through a positive mindset and lifestyle. Our vision is to be the real estate team of choice where knowledge meets excellence and people feel right at home. Our values are God, family, community, and then business. And our beliefs are always to create a win-win for you, operate with a very high level of integrity, be committed to you and your goals, communicate with you at a very high level, bring creativity to the table, whether it's in the marketing side before we receive offers, or whether it's creativeness and developing counter offers to our buyers to create a win-win. You always come first. We're here to earn your trust, work together with you as a team, protect your equity, and just really ensure that you have a successful experience with us. We are huge in our community. Like I said, we're a God, family, community, and business. We are always looking for ways to give back. We just did our annual school supply drive. We're getting ready to have coffee for a day at a school. We're always looking for families in need. We do an International Women's Day. We are just super passionate and purposeful on giving back to families, to children, to teachers, just back to our community in any way that we find. So if you see that there's any needs in our community, please let us know. If there's a specific family, a specific organization, please reach out to us. We're always looking for ways to give back. So currently here locally, we're seeing the month supply of inventory is currently around 4. So picture this, a balanced market is when the month supply of inventory is 6, which means inventory would take 6 months to sell if nothing else were to be listed, and we would be in a balanced seller-buyer market. Right now, we're still slightly a seller's market. Again, this is going to go back to your specific price range and your specific location. We're still seeing under 300,000. The month supply of inventory is weeks to maybe a month. It's that $400,000 to $600,000 range. We're seeing it be a little bit higher, and the reason being is there's lots of new construction communities at that price point, but not many resale. And then over 600,000, it just really depends upon the area. We are seeing homes move in the luxury and price point still. So currently list price to sales price ratio is right around 98.5%. This is always going to be shifting month to month. You'll see over the last year, it's been pretty much a stagnant 100%. But as inventory increases, we are going to see that list price to sales price ratio shift. And just being transparent, I think in the last 30 days, we've probably seen it shift just a little bit because inventory's picked up a little bit more. The good news is right now in today's specific marketplace, we're seeing the lowest interest rates we've seen in over a year. So we are seeing a lot of buyer activity in the marketplace. So comparing us to other agents on the market, if we were to list the exact same house, the A-Team is listing it at $408,000, where the other competition on the market is listing it at $372,000. We're listing and getting right around 99.6% of our list price where other agents are getting right around 98.7% of our list price. Our average days on market's only 11, where other agents is 26. We are the number one real estate team in this area. And how do we produce these type of numbers? I'm going to review that here in just a minute. But two simple things that totally make us very, very different is our ability to market and our ability to prepare your home for the market, which we're going to go in detail in. Year to date, our business is up. We hold about 12% market share. So besides a whole firm like a Keller Williams or an Allen Tate, us as a team, we have almost just as much as them. Here's some testimonials from other clients that we've worked with. Going back to market share, why that's important. In today's quickly moving market, the reason why market share is important is we can tell you right now, because we have over 50 homes on the market, what does demand look like at certain price points? What are offers looking like at certain price points? And how do we strategically market and price your home to sell and capture all of your equity? I'll tell you, we just listed a house across the street in Brightwood Farms. We listed it at $355,000, which is about 5% more than the comparable homes around us. We went under contract in the first week, but we spent time with them staging, decluttering, doing paint touch-up, doing everything that we could just to showcase their house off at a higher level. We had 4 showings and went under contract within the first weekend we were on the market. So why us? We're here to provide you unmatched market expertise, just like the example I just gave, exceptional team support, community commitment, a comprehensive client care program. We are skilled negotiators. We definitely have the market share. We do exclusive off-market listings, which is not something I'm going to really suggest to you. Our database is so powerful. We have over 20,000 people in our database that we lead generate and touch and let them know your house is on the market. But one thing that definitely makes us very different is we have over 20,000 followers on Facebook and Instagram. When we list your home, we spend a lot of time in the front end just helping you get it ready for the market, because we want to ensure that your pictures and your visibility once we hit the market is top notch. So we're going to spend some time on the front end doing what we need to do to get it prepared to really capture you more of your equity. And then once we have our professional photos and our video, we go on market and we do lots of paid marketing. So we don't just list your house and put it in the MLS. You know, the MLS syndicates out to Zillow, Realtor.com, all of those top major consumer websites, which are great websites used by consumers. But we see that our online activity there on a great listing that sells quickly still only receives 100 to 200 views. When you list with us and we syndicate it out on our social media sites and do our paid marketing, you're going to see here in a minute, we get tens of thousands of views. And all real estate is a numbers game. And the more visibility and the more exposure we get, the more showings we're going to have, the more offers we're going to have, and we can exceed, what your previous probably expectation was and sell for a premium price. We are repair request ready. We've negotiated thousands of repair requests. And then after closing, we are always here to really just serve you and be lifetime clients. So if you ever need a painter or need a dentist, or sometimes I've recommended a financial advisor, whatever your needs are, we're always here to share those connections with you. So in North Carolina, we're going to talk about what the offer to purchase looks like. We obviously have price. In North Carolina, we have what's called the due diligence period, which the buyer is going to give you once we receive and accept a contract. They're going to give you a due diligence fee, which is non-refundable. That comes directly to you at the time of contract. You deposit it into your bank account. If the buyer terminates for any reason at all, you get to keep that due diligence money. If the buyer goes and makes it to closing, which is obviously what we want, that money comes back to them on paper. So it's never money you physically have to bring back out of pocket. That's money that comes back to them on paper. The due diligence fee is non-refundable, like I said. The due diligence time frame is usually 2 to 3 weeks in today's world. And then we see closings are 30 to 45 days. So during that due diligence process, your buyer is going to need access to your home to do the home inspection, pest inspection, a well and septic if you're on well and septic, do an appraisal, do a survey, and their lender or their attorney is going to be doing their title search. Once the due diligence period ends, we head to closing. Like I said, closing is usually 30 to 45 days. In the offer to purchase, oftentimes the buyers are going to be asking for maybe seller concessions that they use to pay their closing costs for all of your kitchen appliances and sometimes other unique things that are in the home. The one new thing, and we're going to talk about this, starting August 1st, we've reformatted how we negotiate and discuss commissions. So today we're just going to talk about the commission that you would be paying us to list your home. Whenever we receive an offer, we're going to expect to be paying 2 to 3% in buyer agent commission. I'm going to break this out in a seller net sheet for you when I do your market analysis. And then whenever we receive an offer, I'm going to do the exact same thing so you see what the current offer would be netting you. Previously, I would come into this listing presentation and say our commissions are between X and X%, and that would include the buyer commission. Now we're separating it out. We're only going to talk about the fee that you pay us when you go to sell your home, and then whenever the buyer brings us an offer, they're going to say, "Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. We're asking for you to pay blank percent towards our buyer agent fee." So it's still roughly the same. We're just discussing it separately. Once we work through the due diligence period, they'll do the final walkthrough. Whenever they do the due diligence period, if there are repairs that come up, they're either going to ask us to repair them, offer them a credit, and or a combination of both, or we can say no. So we'll navigate that when the time comes. But during their final walkthrough, one of the things they are going to do is ensure that all the repairs are completed. So during the due diligence period, we only need to have them negotiated and agreed upon. However, at closing, at the final walkthrough, they are going to ensure that everything has been completed. Ahead of time, Stephanie's going to ask you for receipts, photos, videos to ensure the repairs have been completed, but they are going to check that out at the final walkthrough. And they sometimes will do a reinspection to ensure they've been completed as well. So the steps of selling your home, we first need to get it ready. And what I mean by that, if there's repairs that need done, if we need touch-up paint, if we need to declutter, if we need to stage, that's what we're going to do to ensure that we get you a premium price. We now are going to talk about what do we need to do to determine the price of your home. And what we do is we look at what have homes sold for recently, what are we active up against in the market, and what do current pendings look like. And we take a look at all three of those things to help drive a list price for you. We then will determine, after we've gotten the house ready and determined the list price, we potentially may come in and stage it if staging is a need of yours. That is, and you'll see here in just a moment, an option in our commissions that we can take a portion of our commission and use to stage your home for you. We pay for it out of pocket up front. You reimburse us essentially in a higher commission at closing. Once we get the house totally ready, we come in, we take professional photos, and even do sometimes cinematic video tours of your home. Staging is essential in today's market where we're seeing inventory increase. Staged homes usually sell for 1 to 5% more. On $1 million house, that's $10,000 to $50,000 more that you take home at closing. So let's do your numbers here in a moment and figure out what yours essentially look like. Photography is also another essential thing to do. Professional photographers showcase the home off in a much better lighting, much better angles, and people truly make or break their decision to come see your home based upon what your photos look like, which is why we put so much effort into ensuring that your photos are excellent. We will prepare your listing documents. We send everything to you via dotloop to review and sign. Once we go on market, we use a company called Showing Time that's going to facilitate all of your showings. We're going to talk about, are you going to be a go and show? Are you going to be an appointment required, or what are the showing restrictions? We need to ensure that we are not disrupting your life, that we're just helping you move forward and get an offer on your home and making your home available for showings. Again, once we receive offers, we're going to help you review and negotiate those offers, and then we work towards closing day. Exposure is everything. I've already mentioned this slightly. Our listing tours get as many views as around 67,000. For perspective, the entire population in Burlington is only 59,000 people. You'll see, here's a few of our listings. You'll see that we've gotten 38,000 views, 28,000 views, up to 67,000 views. So we come out, we do a video in your home, and then we syndicate it out on social media. We do high-end photos, high-end marketing, and we do digital ads. The digital ads we spend about $10,000 a month on doing, but they syndicate out your home directly to what we call bottom of the funnel leads. So if somebody, I know you've just say Lowe's out loud. I guarantee the next time you're on Facebook or Instagram, you're going to get a Lowe's or Home Depot ad. If people have been talking about real estate around these beautiful, magnificent things, or if they've been on Realtor.com or Zillow or Googling moving to North Carolina, all of a sudden on their Facebook, Instagram, and Google, your house is going to start popping up in front of them. So we do paid digital ads really to get us in front of those bottom of the funnel leads that are looking to make a move, that may be looking for a home just like yours and have said it out loud or searched it somewhere online. We now put your house in front of them, and that creates bottom of the funnel leads for us, which are leads that are truly looking to move. If you're considering doing off-market, we do have an off-market MLS system. I don't recommend this to everybody, but essentially it allows us to market your home exclusively to other EXP agents all over the world. This is oftentimes something that we do while you're getting your house ready to go live on market in the MLS. We go ahead and syndicate it out to EXP agents. This will honestly prevent you from having a lot of showings, sometimes even getting your house fully ready. We can sell your house essentially off market to other EXP agents that are representing EXP buyers. So our process, we've already talked about, we want to identify your goals today. What does the big picture look like? What's your next step? And how do we orchestrate this? And essentially create a strategy to make all of this come to life. And once we figure out what the best strategy is for you, we're going to execute it and put it into production and truly bring it to life for you and your family. Oftentimes, older homes, I will suggest that you do a pre-inspection. Pre-inspections just totally bring out any unpleasant surprises that may come up during the due diligence process. It allows you to be in control of making the repairs yourself versus a buyer coming in and saying you need to do X, Y, and Z, and oh, by the way, use my vendors who happen to be 20% more than what we could really get it repaired for. So it allows us to be in the driver's seat, and it sometimes can speed up the process and make for a much smoother process once we are under contract. A home warranty is something that you can definitely go ahead and put on your home. I don't suggest this again for every house, but if you have an older HVAC system or just concerned about some things, we can go ahead and put a home warranty in place now that protects you, the seller, while we're on market. So even when we get a repair request, oftentimes some of the items in the repair request could essentially be covered in the home warranty. We don't pay for that until we close, and then that home warranty transfers over to the new owner for 1 year as well. So again, this can just make for a better process, more cost-effective repairs. It becomes a marketing tool and essentially could give us a competitive advantage. So after I leave here today, I'm going to do the market analysis for you. I'm going to derive your list price from 3 things: past sales, active listings, and sold homes. And essentially, I'm going to give you 3 list price. An above market price, which means it should take us a little bit longer to sell your home. We may even have to do a price reduction, but you're really in no urgency, so it's okay to be above market. An at market price, which means we should sell in the average days on market that's correlated with your time frame. This means we should get a decent amount of showings and probably sell within the first month on the market. And then below market is just strategic. We're pricing ourselves to have more exposure, to essentially get more showings and even maybe potential offers, but it's really a strategic way that we drive the demand on your house to get you more activity. When you list with us, we give you 3 options. So if going off market, meaning you don't want a lot of showings, you don't want your house to really get ready to go on market, your properties may be even distressed, and you don't want it advertised anywhere, we can do what's called the gold package, which is offered at 2.5%. So in that situation, the only place that it's listed is in the EXP exclusive listings, which is what we call Zenlist. And then we can market it to our buyers and market it to other EXP agents and just do it exclusively off market. Again, this is good for distressed properties, maybe people that want to be more private in their selling, and or people that just don't want a lot of advertising or exposure. We have the platinum package, which includes professional photography, marketing in all MLS listings. We do post it on our social media, and we do an open house for you. So that's at 3.5%. Or we have the diamond package, which is a platinum package plus professional drone photography. We do a cinematic home tour video. We do offer staging services. So if you're living in your home, staging services is going to look like having a stager come in, declutter, pack some stuff up, and really just rework what you have. If you're not living in your home and you have limited furniture, then we can use another staging service, which actually brings furniture in. So they'll come in, put in accessories, furniture, decor, just to elevate the look of your home. We also, at the 4.5%, will coordinate vendor coordination. So if you need landscaping done, a deep clean, an HVAC tune-up, or even other small repairs, we don't pay for those repairs, but we do help you coordinate them with the vendors. We do pay for the staging service. So we have the gold at 2.5%, platinum at 3.5%, and diamond at 4.5%. And then whenever the buyer brings us an offer, they're going to ask us, how much are you willing to pay my buyer's agent? Essentially, I've broken out a net sheet. I've just used a home at the $300,000 price point. They chose the gold package, the platinum package at 3.5%. So we've plugged that in here. You usually pay the attorney around $500 to prepare your listing side closing documents, which is what we call deed prep. That's around $500. You're going to pay the the state of North Carolina $2 per thousand, which is what we call a revenue stamp. Anytime you sell your home, essentially it's a sales tax. So that's $2 per thousand you're going to pay the state of North Carolina of your sales price. You have an admin fee of $495, which is really paying to help facilitate and coordinate your file. If you have a mortgage, you're going to plug in your mortgage payoff here, which is what we are going to ask you during your listing appointment and plug in here for you. You're going to pay prorated taxes from January 1 till the date of closing. If it's after August, then actually the buyer is going to give you a credit back for the portion of the year that they've occupied the property. So more than likely you have already paid, or your lender's already paid your tax bill. So now the buyer is going to give you a credit back from, let's say, October 1st to the end of the year for the portion of the year that they occupied the property. And then we have down here buyer agent commission. I put in here 2.5%. We're seeing this be 2 to 3%. I'm plugging it in here to give you the reality of what it's going to look like. However, this is negotiable. So this is something that we can navigate once we receive an offer. I tell all of my sellers and buyers, this net sheet is here to help create a win-win. So whatever it looks like, my goal is to net you a certain amount, and we'll figure out what the terms need to be and everything else to help you, the seller, net what your goal net is. If you are interviewing other agents, here is a list of great questions you can ask them. So now I'm going to work on your market analysis. I should have it to you in the next 24 to 48 hours. I'm going to include what's called the seller net sheet, which is this sheet here. I do my market analysis in a video format. So you're going to get it. We're going to look and essentially virtually walk through some other homes that are comparable to yours. Talk out loud about your 3 list prices, the above market, at market, and below market. And then we're going to review the net sheet together too. So if you have any questions, let me know. We totally would love the opportunity to work with you and your family and make all of this come to life. We will be in touch soon. Take care.